This is the Sega Dreamcast, and let me show you my collection and what I have for it. The only thing that's been changed on this is the 56K modem that originally came with it with a broadband adapter. So I could actually plug up Ethernet to it. The only issue is that I found out after I got this that pretty much none of the games that I really want to play support it. So I'm still trying to figure out what good I can do with this, but it's still nice to have, I suppose. The Dreamcast controller. The only weird thing about this controller was they put the wire through the bottom, which was kind of weird because, you know, the system goes that way. But they made a little notch here for you to snap it on to try to reroute it. But, I mean, it might have just been better they just made it built in that way, but I don't know. I guess you get used to it. Yeah, I have a few controllers. My third-party one, made by everyone's favorite company, Mad Catz. Oh. No, we'll definitely feels different. D-pad, oh my gosh, that's oh. A, B, C, X, Y, Z. So they added extra buttons on the end, and I guess this must be like a turbo button. It doesn't feel too bad. I'm actually pretty curious. I haven't used this controller in so long, I kind of forgot what this does, but my guess would be this would be really good for like Street Fighter. The blue translucent Dreamcast. I actually took the logic board out from another one because the controller on this part was actually kind of rough. It was like catching and not very smooth. And I actually liked the logic board on this one better. This actually had a bigger Sega. Everything was just less visualizing. You know, I really do enjoy all the chips and everything, and the other one was missing. It must have been a much newer revision where they were able to put a lot less chips on it, but I enjoy the original. So this is an original board from one of the first controllers, which, like I said, I just found it visually more appealing. Now to go with the blue controller, I got a blue memory card, and this is the original memory card. This is the translucent black one, and then I have this Performance Mega memory card, which actually still works. It lets you, it's 4 cards basically in one, and you can switch between them just by moving them across. Still works, really awesome, has a lot more storage. And yeah, I love these translucent ones. Now the interesting thing was you're supposed to be able to play with them, like you'd have your friends go with you, and then if you wanted to, I guess, transfer or whatnot, you would actually be able to snap them together. And then you could transfer data between the two. I think you could even play against each other with these games. One of the interesting things was they were doing Rumble, and this is actually a Rumble pack for the Dreamcast. And you could actually put it, I believe you have to put it in the second slot. There you go, it hangs in there, and then you get Rumble. But yeah, you put this in here, and there you go. There's the Rumble pack, which is, I guess it's mostly in here. Now, some games would have accessories as well. The only one I have is this microphone adapter, which is for one of the games called Seaman. But yeah, you put this on here, and there you go. You could talk to the game. This thing basically has a video out, but one of the nice things about this was it actually supported VGA out up to 640 by 480. Pretty much all the games support it. There's a few that don't, but in order to do VGA out, you'd have to get an adapter, which I have here. You'd have a audio jack out to plug it up to the computer speakers, and you'd be good to go. Now for this, I actually got this just recently, which is a VGA to HDMI adapter to actually plug it up to an HDMI TV, and it actually does push out the 640 by 480. Now, one of my favorite things to do on my Dreamcast was to play Phantasy Star Online, but of course chatting with a controller is just not that good, so I actually got the Dreamcast keyboard, and it's just a typical keyboard, nothing special about it besides the fact that it has a Dreamcast controller connector on it. You could put little feet up and make it stick up a little bit. Feels fine. I recently just played Typing of the Dead, and it is actually really fun. Besides that, this keyboard I would just use to type to people through Fast Online. You could also, of course, go online like a web browser with this. This is Samba the Amigo Maracas controller, which is just one of the many weird controllers that they would have for this system. I don't have the fishing controller, I don't have the gun controller, but I do have this one. I also don't have the mouse. I believe you could get a Dreamcast mouse for it. And of course this worked with this game, Samba the Amigo. No, it's not in color. No, that's a shame. So the maracas, you would have a mat to stand on. Here are the instructions. Remove the rattle. That's one nice thing about this model is, or this maraca, is that you could actually take the rattle piece out, so that way you could play in silence. To the Dreamcast, you gotta have a controller on one of the ports. They connect on each side, and they got their sensors. You can shake the maracas within the region shown below, which is 6.5 feet by 6.5 feet to as low as 2 feet. And here's the maracas. Have a little button here to choose. They have the sensors here. So Samba the Amigo is a pretty fun game, but what's even more fun is playing with another player. But of course, there's only one maraca set, right? Here's King of Maracas. As you can see, it's kind of a knockoff of Samba the Amigo. When I was visiting a game shop nearby, I found this and I thought, oh, weird. I guess it's one of those third-party maracas sets. But, you know, it'd be neat to have a second pair so I could play with some of my friends. But I did not realize this is actually a straight-up bootleg. It's not officially third-party. It's just a knockoff. Now, right off the bat, much heavier than this one. Way lighter. You got your very close to each other image. It's like they even did the palm trees and the banana. So let's take a look inside. So here's your instructions here. The product is made for healthcare. Please read carefully the contents of the function and operating environment. When using this product, you are not allowed to disturb others. Try not to use it on such occasions as midnight. Rest of some other special occasions. Reserve of off power lays aside tenderly, avoids falling off the ground. Add, sad face. It will be sure to bring you inexhaustible joy. King of Maracas instructions. This product is made for healthcare. Warning, please follow the instruction to avoid being injured, fire disaster, and being got electrical shock. These instructions, man. Try to avoid excessive, strong impacts that may bring troubles to you and the other person. If so, please turn to the doctor immediately. And you have, that picture is like the exact same picture, right? I think that's the exact same picture. Alright, so the mat is way lower quality. It feels way thinner. There's your thing. This one doesn't have the ability, I think, to remove the thing. I don't see a seam. And it looks like if you undid this, it would just come apart this way. So there's no way to remove the shaker. Besides that, it looks very similar, but so needless to say, since this is a bootleg, it behaves like a bootleg. It is not very good. I did try to play this with a friend, and it drove them nuts because it would not sense correctly. It was going all over the place. It just didn't work. So let's go through some of the software I have. Obviously, Samba the Amigo. Then I got Tennis 2K2, which I believe is the second one. Oh, it's a Blockbuster. I didn't even know I got it from Blockbuster. Huh. Ooh, look at that. Color manual. Royal Rumble. This is actually based off an arcade game. They actually had the Royal Rumble in the arcades. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing. Oh, I don't know what my game is. Maybe it's in one of the other boxes here. The Ultimate Match. Daytona. Daytona USA. I just played this one the other day. Oh, race controller. Well, apparently they had a race controller for the Dreamcast. Oh, it's not a color manual. Dead or Alive 2. So 4 players was, you could actually do tag mode where you could actually play as 2 and 2, which I played a few times like that. It was pretty fun. And tag mode, you would basically just tag your other friend in, and you'd be on the sidelines waiting till you got tagged in. But it was still a lot of fun. Yeah, not a color. There's the arcade stick. The arcade stick's pretty funny because there's a slot for the VMU. My friend was saying, and I agree, I was like, why didn't they add a VMU slot to the keyboard? Because that would have been really, oh, it is in color. Huh. Because that would have been really neat to have a VMU in that keyboard, especially doing Typing of the Dead, you know, have like maybe the words show up on the VMU on the keyboard. I got another fighting game. Oh, look at that. And there's a better picture of the arcade stick where you put the VMU in. Soul Calibur. This was one of my favorite fighting games. It was just so amazing. I think it was one of the launch games too. So yeah, the arcade stick. Crazy Taxi. I think just about every game supports the jump pack. Oh, there's a much closer picture of the rally reel. This will be a few of the many customers you'll find throughout the city are waiting for a crazy taxi ride. And there they are. Choo Choo Rocket. Online multiplayer game. This game was a lot of fun to play online. So these aren't ordinary mice. They're space mice. NBA 2K. Sega GT. Sonic Shuffle. Sonic characters, and I guess those are the unique ones for this Sonic Shuffle. Phantasy Star Online. One of my favorite games that I would play on the Dreamcast. But what's neat about this is that it came with Sonic the Adventure 2 The Trial. And there's a full colored manual. Hey, look at that. There's a little Sonic Adventure 2 The Trial manual part here. Skies of Arcadia. I guess this game came out before Phantasy Star Online because it's got an advertisement for it back here. And it's 2 discs. Oh, it is, isn't it? Disc 1. Ooh, I forgot it was a 2-disc. And this is the Sega Webcast Webber. I think this came with the system. And here's Sonic Adventure. And as you can see, they did not do a color manual. But I saw they put some VMU information. There it is. Go with your Chow. It was called Chow Adventure for your VMU. And then there was Sonic Adventure 2, one of the last games to be coming out before they discontinued the system. There it is. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. Phantasy Star Online version 2. I never got version 2. Ooh, they went all out. Full color manual on this one. Prologue. Got your Chow. Chow Adventure 2. Seaman. Oh, there it is. Virtual Tennis. The original Virtual Tennis. Oh, another broken case. Looks like a tennis ball. WWE Attitude. Another wrestling one. Oh! New games. House of the Dead 2. All Stars. So it was one of those like cheaper versions, the All-Star versions. Power Stone 2, another really fun game. Another sports game, NFL 2K. And then we got Tony Hawk Skater. And then of course we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Space Channel 5, which was just a crazy, oh look at that, got a little kick. Oh. And here's Jet Grind Radio, another game that I had a lot of fun playing. But for some reason they couldn't use Jet Set Radio, so they ended up with Grind Radio. Grandia 2. There's the game. Nice artwork. Fully colored, which is nice. And I believe it was it 2 discs or is it just, this is a bonus disc? Yeah, this is just the bonus disc. It's a soundtrack. Shenmue, so disc 1, disc 2. No, that's disc 3. Nope, that's not the Passport. The game was 3 discs long. Passport, which I believe was for online stuff. And here's the limited edition, includes the soundtrack. There's a jukebox soundtrack. And a whole bunch of magazine discs I have that I have been treating really badly. I need to put them back into their case. And the oddball one, Dreamcast for Metal Gear Solid. So this was really neat because it basically lets you play your original PlayStation, I guess you could put it here, Metal Gear Solid on your Dreamcast with 640, 480 resolution and improvements. And as a bonus, I got this as part of the Dreamcast for Sonic Adventure 2, the 10th anniversary, which came with its soundtrack, going from 1991 all the way to 2001. Sonic Adventure 2 came with a little happy birthday book. Got some artwork. Sonic goods. A little bit of a history. What's up? And it comes with a coin. And there you have it. That's my Dreamcast collection. Hopefully there was something here that was interesting to you. And if you have any questions or anything you would like to ask me about it, definitely leave something in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. What are you doing? Yeah, let's just take a Dreamcast. You want to get off that?